Hey folks, welcome to Corvette Talk with Scags. Today I wanted to finish up my three-part segment on Corvette design. As you can see, we have our 2012 Centennial Edition Z06 out. One of the challenges that Corvette designers have to face is making sure that each new generation of Corvette is different, yet it's identifiable as a Corvette. And I believe the designers from the C3 all the way up to the C7 have hit a home run. Every successive generation from the C3 all the way up to the C7 has been a completely different car, yet absolutely identifiable as a Corvette. I believe with the C8 mid-engine Corvette, designers might have dropped the ball a little, but that's understandable considering the motor is behind the driver now. To me, it looks kind of like a Ferrari F430 from the early 2000s, but that's an argument for another time. Getting back to our C6 Z06 here, gone were the beautiful curves of the C5, replaced by some beautiful angles. Some of the design elements of this car, I believe, are so polarizing that they're the nicest designs out of any Corvette I've ever seen. This design right here, this beautiful line right here, that starts at the trailing edge of the fender, comes out like this, comes all the way over to here, starts to fade, and goes into this beautiful arch right here, is an absolute beautiful design scheme. An east-west design scheme, like I say, is very, very attractive. Bearing that in mind, these beautiful marker lights, they're almost in the shape of the car itself, and I think they're super attractive, the front and the rear. This fender is absolutely a work of art. The way it's almost sharp, it comes all the way into the door to a point right here. These are design elements that are startlingly beautiful. This line right here as well, the way it starts off sharp and gradually fades away right here. These are design elements that were before their time, ahead of their time with this car. This beautiful line here that starts at the leading edge of the rear fender, comes around, actually comes all the way to the back of the car right here and actually integrates with the spoiler, is a beautiful design. This generation of Corvette was the first to have like a rear diffuser, which was supposed to give the car some downforce. All this made for an absolutely stunningly beautiful car. I think, unfortunately, for the C6, some of the design elements are a little unattractive. If you took them individually, I think they're downright ugly. As a whole, for the car, they're attractive. But if you looked at individual design schemes, this cutout for the door handle, I think is, at the best, it's unfortunate. At the worst, it's downright ugly. I understand the concept of pneumatic doors. Everyone's got pneumatic doors nowadays, but the fact that you need to stick your whole hand in there to activate the pneumatic door is ridiculous. It really probably only takes one finger, two finger at the most. They could have reduced this opening by 50%. Unbelievably, it's a north-south design scheme that's, in my opinion, unattractive. This vent here, I think, is unfortunate. Yes, you might need some brake cooling. Okay, that's an argument for another time as well. Do you really need brake cooling? Anyway, this is an ugly design. Taken as itself, it looks very unfortunate. If this wasn't here, the car would be better off design. But if you take it as a whole, if you step back and look at these designs as a whole, the whole car is very unattractive. Something that I thought was super attractive on the car, come around back here, keeping the same theme as the C5 Z06, is that beautiful double bubble for the roof. And it's even enhanced more with this car because it's got this beautiful design element right here to go along with the design element in the middle. A beautiful design. An unfortunate design in the same area here is the fact that, come over here please, is the fact that this is so obviously a removable roof that was welded in place for the Z06. Folks, this was a car that was over $100,000. The fact that the designers let this slide is just unbelievable to me. It's ugly, and the fact that it cuts off here is super unattractive. But again, if you step back and you don't focus on that element of the car, of course it's a beautiful car. I also felt that the back window was a little too large. I felt that if designers had cut the back window off maybe over here, you would have had a more attractive car. Again, if you step back, you look at the window, it's perfectly attractive. So on the whole, if you step back and take a look at this car, it is stunningly gorgeous. If you take a look at some of the individual design elements, they're not so attractive. The front wheel well, the fact that it actually wraps around the wheel and is almost circular in shape is super attractive. When was the last time you saw a wheel well that actually came down and wrapped around the tire. It's beautiful. Most cars, all cars for that matter, come straight down. That design element is absolutely beautiful. The hood bulge is gorgeous. Folks, taking all these cars into account, they're all Corvettes, they're all from different generations. What do they all have? They all have front spoilers, they all have rear spoilers, they all have hood bulges. This car, very similar to the C5, the A-pillars right here, they actually bulge out, and it gives you more windshield, it gives you a bigger look to the car. Super attractive. The flat surface behind here indicates another indication of a big, powerful motor, besides the fact that it says 427 right there. The mirrors, they look like F1 racing car mirrors. They're beautiful. So here you have a car that looks a little awkward if you take some of the design elements by themselves. If you take them all together, is gorgeous. I always thought that this area here was a little small. I thought if the back came out a little bit more and came up like this, it'd be a little more attractive. But again, it doesn't detract from the car at all. It's a gorgeous car in every way, shape, or form. This lightning bolt design on the side here is something that when I first saw, I thought was spectacular. Here it is, however many years later, and I still think it's spectacular. Folks, I hope you enjoyed my lesson on Corvette design. All this stuff is subjective. It's just my opinion. All three cars are absolutely gorgeous. All Corvettes are gorgeous. Corvettes are like ice cream, folks. A lot of different flavors, but they're all delicious. Folks, next week it's supposed to snow, so I guess I'm going to have to get to that winterization video. I really hope you enjoyed my video on Corvette design. Thank you for watching my other two. Thank you for watching all my videos. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. We're going to roll out a Corvette Talk with Scags t-shirt. I'll show it to you guys maybe in the next couple of episodes. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and enjoy your plastic fantastics. Folks, thank you and have a great weekend.